And we're gonna do a little bit of everything today. Trying to figure out how I will work this camera today, but we'll be alright. We'll be alright. Yeah, let's get the new birdhouse to work while we get everything else set up. So tonight we're going to be doing some fine tuning with a lot of these comic cells that I'm working on. So I want to make sure we're right in there with it. There we go. So that's all I've been working on today, really, is going back over some of the watercolor. So the book's gonna have a lot of different feels, and that's pretty much where we're at. Pulled out all the big books, so to speak, and now I'm just going through the ones that feel good. We're gonna do some watercolor first and see what else happens out here tonight. Make sure I got enough water. And let's see. We'll have to ink some of this and some of this in a little bit. So we got our work cut out for us. We got a pretty nice roster up here. Then we'll put some in the background, just so we have extras to look at, right? But we're working on fine detailing, and I mean that character by character. You're always going to learn more as you go, and sometimes it's a real blessing that you get to have a little space to have patience to let all that come through. And that's what I've been doing today. It's really honing in on the characters and what they really symbolize in capturing their intent, if you will, through the colors. So we're going to see what this turns out as tonight. I'll zoom in a little bit more since we're up high tonight. And we're working the cells in watercolor. And I chose watercolor because I want a book that has that Jet Li Hero vibe. If you ever seen Hero, you know what I'm talking about. The cinematography for that was beautiful. The aesthetics of it all. The colors played a big part in how the scenes felt. So that's what I'm going to do tonight, is kind of emulate that kind of feeling through the colors for these different scenes. Hence, these darker scenes, I really want to make them like grim, you know, really dark. Want some Alfred Hitchcock kind of energy. With a whole lot of mystery behind it, but very dark. But still want to give it that steampunk feel at the same time. So we got a lot of different things going on at one time with this one. But we want the horror for this. This is like a nightmarish kind of scene, kind of character, kind of coming back over the edge to finish the job. You know what I'm saying? Fizzy Game, what's good? I'm doing great. How about yourself? What games you playing now? I can't get off of Battlefront 2. I like watching those. Battlefront, characters and everything. I love that game. If I had a console, that'd be one of the ones I get. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, that's about all that's striking me right about now is that Battlefront. It just seems very classic. But anyway, this is one of Fancy's first major villains, so to speak. So we want to bring him in right. Yeah, that game looks so good, man. It's like watching an episode, depending on who you watch, too. There's a couple of good gamers out here. Boy Crispy's, who I've been watching lately. That man he's obnoxious with Anakin. He's obnoxious. That's all I'm gonna say. But I like that for ASMR background. Thank you. Appreciate it. Catch you next time. Yeah, I'm not gonna be up too late, but I'll be up. Depends on how the flow is tonight. I'm not forcing nothing. I just want to see where a little bit of throwing inhibition to the wind goes. A legend. The legend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's got a name and everything, but I'm not going to let all that out the bag just yet. He's still kind of taking form, but his role. Sheesh, still used to having Wi-Fi, they don't work. Thank you, Nola. Just they don't call it Cox for no reason. So we're gonna work all that brown, and we're gonna work those browns and that black tonight. See, we're gonna stay right there. We're gonna slide. I'm gonna bring this out. Actually, we got a couple that we're gonna do on here. Kind of want to fix that one up, but whatever. And before I forget, what did I do with because there was a question people were asking how they could donate to the channel. I kept forgetting to put it up, but there you go, right there. For those who are interested in helping out the channel, you want to donate or get something for yourself. We do commissions, personal commissions as well. You can order them and have them mailed to you. If you're interested in having yourself done as a character or character you created or just being one of your favorite characters or whatever. Or whatever. I kind of like the whole shebang. I like to play around with different things. This one I want to return to that stormy night vibe. I guess that didn't sit too well. Well, there it is. Well, I'm gonna need some of this. As reference. All right. There we go. And we'll just work our way around. Mm-hmm. Now we can really let it set the mood on the colors. And we're not going to give too much of the villain away as far as a look. We're just going to drop little hints here and there. Then when it draws, we'll put a little bit of ink on top of it to give it that finality. Here we go. So we don't have to put too much on top of it. We just want that black and that brown to kind of collide in a certain way, you know? We'll get this background, we'll make it a little misty outside in the background. But it does wonders. Your background tells a lot of what's going on, and it sets the mood and the tone. That your protagonist is languishing in, you know, that kind of thing. Whatever. a chance to give a little more depth than the regular black and white. Especially with watercolor. Mm-hmm. Like for this scene, we're gonna go back and we're gonna put, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. So we can bounce back and forth while, oh, excuse me, each one of these dries. And it's just good practice. It gives you opportunity after opportunity to get to know your characters in different lights. Like literally. And not be caught up in the whole perfection of things. Mm-hmm. And we got all the conversations written on here already, but we're going to go over them a little bit. No big deal. The white of the text bubbles will take care of the rest. It's just there so I don't forget. But now we can start to give the background the attention it deserves. Because in the beginning of the book, it starts as a pretty dark path. So you're going to have a lot of black and whites, a lot of, well, let's just say not a whole lot of variety of color. And as she moves further from home, so to speak, it starts to really drain the color. Yep. And we want those characters to really sit on their own. each time after it dries, we just add another layer, and it comes out real smooth. All right. So now it's really starting to take form. So I'm just playing with the gray, the dark brown, and the black. And I'm just going to keep adding a little bit more and a little bit more until we get that look. And spread it out. Like such. And we're going to play on that light, but we're going to keep everything in the inside dark. Now that we got that established. Mm. really planning nothing. I'm just going with the flow here. And I'm just filling in the blanks to how it feels. Because I don't want to fight this. And I don't want to have a preconceived thought that doesn't end up working out. Just gotta let it do its own thing. So what I'm going to do is let it dry one more time, and then we'll put the pen on top for the fine details, and then you'll see what I'm looking at if you haven't already formed your own kind of opinion on this creature character. Shooting for like a Frankenstein monster kind of thing. Mm. All right, we'll let that dry. It won't take long. Then we'll get these bad boys together. And we can start playing around with the creature itself. So we're going to get some really big dark markers on his behind. Let's see. Missing a few. Where the rest of you guys? I want that in. Oh well, we can get started. Yeah, this should be good. So already here we got the template for this face. And we're just going to add more of that fine detailing. we get to bring some of that steampunk out, but really put the dark where it belongs around this character. Like I said, I just want to hint at what's going on with them. I don't want to give away the whole thing, right? So it's just going to be little traces of what's going on and how the metal is bending and where it meets, that kind of thing. Where's my 8? There we go. And we're going to do some expoing. Let's see how the expo holds up on this. A Sharpie is good for this too, but that, not on this paper. Not on this paper. At least for me. We do have some. We can go off of this one a little bit. Let me slide it on over. We can go off of that one for a little bit. Oops. A little bit off there. But we are getting closer to what we're looking for, which is right here. There it is. So I'm just basically making it up as I go. And based on the other ones that I did. But since they're undefined, I can do whatever I want without being confined until I really figure out what I want him to look like in the very end. Because I want him to change a few times before then. So it's starting to take form now. Put a little bit more of that darkness in there. And now we'll go a little thinner. Work our way down into the detail. Something like that. And then we'll just take some of the hits from the ones we worked already to maintain that. There we go. I think that's about it tonight. And then I'm gonna put it all on the computer and then really touch it up, especially with the word bubbles and everything. But we're getting closer to the end. Be doing a lot more of the illustrations and the watercolors as we move forward. Of course, we're still gonna be doing the big paintings. But, there's a lot more I want to bring to the fold. So that's just a good warm up. Tell me how you like it. As far as doing watercoloring and illustrations, if you'd like to see more of that. But till next time, take care of yourself and thank you for stopping in.